I want a job, so how much salary will you give me?
Stop getting the wrong advice. Want a job in the Middle East? Contact Machedo.
Hi there, Machedo. It's me to you from Machedo.com. Who is Machedo and Think Personal Branding? All right, the time right now is 1:27 in the night, morning, whatever. Okay. Date today is 6th August 2020, and these are the headlines and news that expatriates and people have given to me, which they cannot share, I guess, publicly. Okay, a couple of house announcements. Timestamps are put down below for each and every topic. If you wish to get in touch with me, my details are mentioned down. You want to donate to my channel, PayPal is there. You want to subscribe, it's up to you. Comments, I never delete them, as I tell you. Feel free to correct me wherever I'm wrong. Jobs, quick one. Jobs are opening up. Those of you who are looking out for jobs, just send me a CV with the subject line, what job you're looking for. In the covering letter or in the email, mention what salary, take it or leave it. Today, luckily, I gave two people's resumes. They are being called. They were called for the interview immediately, and I think they're going to be confirmed. So jobs are opening up in UAE for those of you who are in UAE and want to get jobs in UAE. And news links for those of you like to, keep saying that I'm sharing fake news. News links are also put down. So verify those, read them. And if you have a problem, go to those news channels, Reuters, BBC, and tell them you're printing fake news, because I'm just reading whatever they say. For the ones I do not have a link, I'll tell you this is either rumor or someone has told me. Okay, let's start. The first one is I heard from sources working in the government that the king is dead, the sheikh. Which sheikh, I will not tell you until it comes officially in the papers, but it's confirmed the king is dead. Okay, so which king? Just do a little bit of Google search, you'll find he is no more, and they will announce it in a big way coming after this video or something. So I'm waiting for the media. I don't want to be the guy who releases then big questions, which media and what and all that. So you'll get to read it. Next one, expats have shared with me that the Indian high school teaching staff has been reported, has been called over the phone and informed about their termination. In some cases, they have even been sent SMSs to those they cannot get in touch. So Indian high school is going through a major management, reshuffle or, cutting down on overheads, because I got two teachers who got in touch with me and sent me emails. Then today there was a fire in Ajman. People send me the video clips of the fire. I just hope that everyone is safe. It's really sad that the fire took place. People's livelihood, people's earnings, everything is gone, poof, in a smoke. So I don't know what's going to happen there. If anyone of you is working there or knows any relatives, let me know what's happening. I just hope you guys are okay. And kudos to the fire department for coming in so fast. But how did the fire spread? And, it's terrible, absolutely terrible. I also came to know that Virgin Mobile is terminating its staff. Virgin Mobile, I don't know, is that Virgin Megastore? Not too sure, but it seems it's terminating its staff. They're cutting down. I happened to get a voice clip that was sent by a guy who's working there. So because he didn't take the permission of that person, I'm not going to feature it. But it seems Virgin Mobile. So you can tell me, is it the same that they're talking about? Then RAK Bank is closing down 9 branches because obviously they are cutting down on costs. RAK Bank, they just grew because they were selling credit cards and loans. They didn't have any substantial structure in mind. Abu Dhabi Commercial Bank, also more terminations are following up. And now they are squeezing it and keeping only the important departments. So most of the people are going to be without jobs. I'll give you a little bit of good news. An Indian woman who got in touch with me, whose husband was abusing her, I kind of referred her to someone in UAE, and lo and behold, she got the verdict in her favor. She seems that she abused her husband because he was beating her, and he put a court case on her for the abuse. So thankfully, the court ruled in the woman's favor, and now the husband is in trouble. He deserves it. He's a bloody asshole. That's what I'll tell you. So, UAE is not that bad of a place like, some of us like to believe. So I told you, it's not perfect, but it doesn't mean it's like an animalistic place. So I I tell you exactly the way it is. So UAE does have good people. It's not that everyone's bad. And last but not the least, it seems there are good Samaritans in UAE who are helping other people in terms of jobs, in terms of money, in terms of help, assistance, whether it's churches, whether it's mosques, whether it's temples. There were a couple of people who asked me to help others in terms of jobs. Today, I was able to help two people. They paid me the money for my services. And they said, Loy, I'm paying on behalf of someone who's looking for a job. And if you get a good CV, please send it across. I send it. Surprise and surprise. Today itself, they conducted the interview and I don't know, they're confirming the job. So good. This is what we need. We need good to happen in order for everyone to survive. Let's not only be people who only take pride or happiness in people's misery and spreading bad news. Like I told you, UAE as a country, it has its ups and downs, and it will be there even after you and I are no longer living. So let's wish for good things. Okay, let's do good and let's wish for good things. And yes, we call a spade, but that doesn't mean we wish for bad. Let's start off today's session with a couple of good news. That is from the papers. July 7th, it says Zavia.com. It says UAE's real estate sector becomes more transparent and further strengthens its position as most transparent real estate market. Now, I do not know how far it qualifies as the most transparent real estate market. I don't know how far that's there, but the very fact that they are moving towards transparency will encourage other people to invest in the country. So whether it's black money or whether it's hard-earned money, whatever the case is, when money comes into an economy, the wheels start in motion. And I know there are some good people who also want to invest, because some of my clients are actually planning to go to UAE and invest and scoop up a couple of properties. It seems that one of my clients, he is planning to buy from an investor. The guy had purchased for 10 million is actually selling for 2 or 3 million because he wants ready cash. So what was 10 million and what is selling 3 million? So obviously he's a businessman, he has money. So that's kind of good. However, please make sure that you take care of your health. The second good news is August 3rd. NDTV, it reports that IPL 2020 will be in UAE from September 19th to November 20th. And it seems the Chinese sponsor retained. It's once again good news that sports is coming. People need to relax. Economies has to run. There'll be a lot of betting going on. So, when you have sports, they will employ the services of security, event management company, lighting, then management, then food, drinks, advertising. So the economy will run. That is good. That is really good. And I would say to those people who are actually looking out for jobs, I think you can check out temporary jobs which will be available here. And retaining a Chinese sponsor, I always believe that you should work together to make things happen. Okay. Next one is Emirates will employ its A380s for Guangzhou, that is China, and it runs its Dubai carrier, which will relaunch its flights to Amsterdam and Cairo with the supersized jets. Now, the question is, how much will they be able to fill these aircrafts? Because these are massive, mammoth aircrafts. But the very fact that they are actually deploying them is good enough, because for them, not using the aircraft is one big question. The second one is they have to use them once every week. They have to fly. So they might as well, use them towards these, particular destinations. But the question is, obviously, not many people are there. So I guess they would be flying, partially empty. But I have heard from someone who's working in Emirates Airlines that they'll be using parts of the aircraft as filled with cargo. So they are using them as cargo kind of flights. So at least, people are busy doing work. So that's good. Then you have Bollywood web series Seventh Sense land in Dubai. Filming begins on August 20th. I happen to know one of the guys who is part of my Facebook. He's involved in video productions. He's involved in talent retention. So he is also saying that he's pretty busy. So that's kind of good. We need the economy to run. Then you have Al Jazeera speaks about rare talk with Iran and UAE foreign minister to discuss COVID-19. That's good. Once again, because UAE and Iran had a very close relationship. I don't know what happened all of a sudden. And especially, Dubai Creek, boats from Iran used to come there. They had a long-standing relationship, They started off in the 60s as pirates. But then, eventually when they moved into being legit business people, they kept in touch. So I think this is good. It's absolutely good, especially a lot of export-import that goes on between them. But I'm not too sure how many people would be comfortable opening up export-import businesses once again. Then you have Dubai to roll out fractional ownership of apartments. I was wondering, what is fractional ownership? Okay. The DLD, Dubai Lands Department, is set to implement a fractional title deal concept across the Emirates to attract small investors, to hotel apartments. So what are they? The new initiative has announced that DLD's, Dubai Land Department, registration and service sector is aimed at attracting investments into hotels and service apartments, because there are plenty of them, at a fractional share. That means you can buy a whole apartment into multiple shares. So with its own title, deal can be sold, mortgage transferred. I would say this is you're moving in the right direction. But then again, the big question is, when will you change your law again? Because you keep changing your law like people change their underwear. So, I just hope you don't change it after a few months and say, now you have to pay this tax, that tax. Then, people will once again lose faith. Okay, now let's move to the not so good news. That was the good news, which I told you. Now it's the not so good news. Not so good news is, the first one is, this is 28th July. Najib Razak, Malaysia's foreign minister, was found guilty. He's facing 12 years imprisonment, $50 million charge, because he made 4.5 billion, that's billion with a B, vanish. Now, that was on New York Times. So you'll ask me, Loy, what has that got to do with UAE? Well, if you check this link, it shows a leaked call between Malaysia's Razak and UAE's MBZ. Now, how far this is true, how far this is false, I leave it to you to decide. It was leaked on January 11, 2020. Listen to it by yourself, form your opinions. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, because it doesn't look very nice. At least after I listened to it, it didn't sound nice. By the way, the B.R. Shetty interview by Al Jazeera has come out in English. I would highly recommend that you listen to it. It's really shocking, the amount of research that they did, and they exposed a lot of big names. So watch the interview and let me know your thoughts. 15th July, you have Reuters that says Middle East debt-ridden real estate giant downgrade may increase Dubai's financing costs. So if you go, let me go here. Well, so what does Reuters say? So obviously Reuters is not a fake channel. So what it says is, Dubai's flagship real estate company will push up its Emirates borrowing cost if it decides to refinance 750 million in bonds. Okay, so S&P downgraded Emaar Properties, builder of the world's tallest building, to BB plus junk ratings from investment BBB score, saying that it expected a 30 to 40% slump. Now, I'm not very smart when it comes to investment, so forgive me for this. I am not going to act like I know everything. But the word junk, for me, junk means garbage. So if they are, putting it down to junk rating, does that mean, is it bad? It sounds bad, because if someone called me, you are a piece of junk, so it means that you're shit. So if they're going to make it rated to junk. So if any one of you knows anything about all these real estate, bonds and commodity stuff, please educate me a little bit. I have a little bit to learn. So it was BBB. Now they made it BB plus junk. So I don't know, because, when you talk of, companies that are in big demand like Google or Oracle, or they call them AAA companies or A listing, like, premium. They use those nice terms. They don't call them junk companies, junk shares or junk bonds or whatever. Anyway, you tell me if I'm wrong or right. I'm being honest here. Okay, next one is 19th July. Dubai Real Estate Fund considers delisting amid sector downturn. So this was more of a Sharia-compliant real estate investment trust. Now, they decided to delist. So I don't think that's very good for the Dubai Investment Authority. I don't know. You tell me, because I'm not very good into commodities and shares. But if it says that they are delisting, means they've lost faith in it. And obviously, they want to distance themselves. That's what an educated mind like mine would say. But you can tell me if I'm wrong or right. Then Middle East Monitor, it says UAE Airlines help overturn Manchester City UEFA ban. I'm not very much into football, and I do not know why they got banned, but here they are highlighting Etihad Airways helped overturn the judgment. So it doesn't look very good, and it gives a bad publicity to UAE. 30th July 2020, cycling news, another coronavirus scare in Burgos. 3 UAE team riders sent home. I didn't read this anywhere in UAE papers. I don't know why, but it seems 3 teams from UAE have been sent home. Now, UAE, I don't know. I saw this one news. I'll share the screenshot. Obviously, I can't play the segment. But in this news, the part that was shocking to me was they were claiming that in a population of 10 million, UAE has, say, 9 million, 10 million people. They are saying that they performed 5 million tests. If you watch that interview, I don't know from where this interview was, but they're saying the person says UAE conducted 5 million tests. How in the world did you conduct 5 million tests? I have no idea. And out of 5 million, only 60,000. That's the lowest in the bloody world. Okay? For 5 million tests. I don't know any other country that has conducted 5 million tests. UAE is the only one. And they're saying that, yay, we're successful. The testing was so stringent and so amazing. So is this bullshit or is this real? Because sometimes I feel the news that comes out, I mean, it's like saying, instead of saying I have a, 6 inch, I have 600 inch. I mean, come on, man. It's anyway, you tell me if it is wrong or right. See, here's my question. If UAE is so successful in terms of its quality stringent tests, why is it that people, Indians who are being sent home, or Sri Lankans or Pakistanis from UAE, when they reach their hometown, they have, they say that they have the virus. So how did they get the virus after flying from the aircraft within a few minutes or a few hours? So you tell me if I'm wrong or right. Anyway, next one. TRT World, it says decoded. UAE in Libya, it's YouTube video. I recommend that you watch it. Form your own opinions about it. Link will be put down below. 2nd August, oilprice.com says Saudi Arabia may be forced to cut oil prices again, which is not good because if it cuts oil prices, all the oil producing nations, they are going to earn less money. But then again, I wonder what other choice they have. Remember, somebody said that Saudi Aramco is worth 2 trillion. And one tattooed guy said, what bullshit? But people are saying, you're fucking jealous, you're a piece of shit and all that. But anyway, now it's 2 trillion. Upside down. 2 trillion, gazillion, and billion. From where they pull out these numbers? From the ass, I think. Okay. And then 3rd August, Gulf News, Dubai investment sees first half of 2020 net profit drop to 205 million. So it seems that they dropped 220 million, but then they use the words, it shows resilience. I don't know how the hell does Gulf News come out with these statements that even after a loss of 205 million, they show resilience. Okay, fine, if you say so. Let's move to a couple of bad news for the expats. Bad news, first one is, Mac rumors iOS 13.6 enables FaceTime in UAE. So is that good news or bad news? If it enables, it is good news. It will be bad news for Etisalat and Do. But then again, Zoom has also come. So, but some other people are also saying that spyware is going to be there. So I don't know. You tell me, is it good news? Is it bad news? Personally, I feel it's good news because now the economy is opening up. In fact, the real good news would be when Do and Etisalat openly say you can start using Skype, Zoom, to talk, WhatsApp. Just open it up, guys. Just open it up. Why are you trying to hold on when everything is slipping through your fingers? Okay. Anyway, let's call that good news, not bad news. Okay. The first bad news. Let's call this first bad news. Gulf News, Dubai woman rents luxury car using fake documents and racks up a bill of 75,000 dirhams. Why would you want to do that? Why do you want to drive a luxury car? Can't you drive a simple car? You stupid woman. Okay. Anyway, next one is Dubai expat faces over 2 million in hospital bill, has his baby struggles with rare condition. Now, to give you an idea, 2 million dirhams is 550 million. $550,000. Just imagine $500,000, $500,000. I'll repeat it again. $500,000 for a person whose salary, whose income is 1,500 US dollars. So his salary is 1,500 US dollars, and now he doesn't even have a job, and he has to pay half a million. So I don't know. You make me understand what is the medical coverage that you get in the UAE. I mean, how can a person pay? I don't know. See, the thing is, he's a father. He's going to do whatever it takes to save his baby. But now, how is he going to pay? Why doesn't someone intervene? I mean, the government. Why don't you just intervene and say, we'll take the cost, for your child? If not for the father, if not for the mother, at least for the child. I don't know. Then again, well, who am I? Okay. College Times, man robs sales manager of 80,000 dirhams on the street. Number one is, why are you carrying 18,000 dirhams? Number two is, how the hell did he know that? And number three is, you need to start being careful because crimes are increasing in UAE. You remember the shocking incident where this Pakistani broke into an Indian house and he killed the parents, and I gave you the breaking news. So, it's sad. But like I told you, desperate times calls for desperate measures. Please take care of yourself. Then 3rd August 2020, Dubai home sales plunge. Jobs are cut because expatriates are being sent back home. Now, for investors and people who are buying property, that's kind of good news because you'll buy it cheap. But for people who have taken loans, they are in deep shit. For people who have to go back, where are they going to go? And for people who were staying on borrowed funds, well, they're going to be homeless. So overall, it is bad news. This is from Xavier. And I think this one is what? Coronavirus. Airline seats still available for Indian repatriation flights. Dubai consulate says Indian officials, around 275,000 Indian citizens have been flown back home. It seems still more are going to be there. But the problem here is, if these people go back home, you will have less people who will buy, less people who will stay in houses, less people who will rent houses. And this will impact UAE in itself. And last but not the least, if on the lighter side, let me see if you feel this is a good news, but you can get a pool for 49 dirhams at JBR in Ramada Hotel and Suites. So 49 dirhams. So is that bad news? Well, how are you going to pay salaries if where you're supposed to get a revenue of, let's say, $100 or $200 per head per person. Now you're just giving a room for 49. On the flip side, it is, yes, you're getting some revenue, but overall, I see this as it will hurt. It will hurt the brand because once you pay 49 dirhams, you're obviously not going to pay more money. But anyway, for those people who want to take advantage, it's good news. Enjoy. Okay, a couple of updates by Expats. I got the screenshot for RAK Bank closing 9 branches permanently. This one was sent by, it was put on LinkedIn. And the title goes, they want you to believe that UAE tamed COVID-19 with just the 3 T's: testing, tracing, and treating. But there are 2 other crucial T's involved. Okay. Number 1, UAE has not tamed COVID-19. Okay. Tame means sit, stand, dance to my tunes. That's tame. This is a virus. It's not going to, oh, you're local? Okay, yalla, I will listen to you. No, it does not tame. So shut the fuck up. That's number 1. Number 2 is, if you have tamed it, why the fuck is everyone putting a mask? Why is the ruler putting a mask? Sure, I've tamed it. Here, go. It's listening to me. No, you have not tamed any jack shit. Just shut the fuck up. Okay, that's number 1. Second thing is, all these, they never seem to fucking learn. They always have these gimmicks. Dogs have been trained to sniff COVID-19. Why don't you employ dogs to sniff out diabetes, blood pressure, AIDS? You have trained dogs to sniff COVID-19. Why is it only UAE has trained dogs? No other country in the world has trained dogs. And here is one more thing. In Islam, dogs are considered haram. So how come you are suddenly, from being haram, now it's become halal? Come on, man. The problem is you keep, spreading bullshit news like this and you expect people to take it seriously. This was shared to me by someone who is very reliable. A lot of people are stranded over 300. People with Abu Dhabi visa can't get in unless they have a permit. Even if they want to come via Dubai, they must get a permit first. Some have been rejected for months. In fact, if you check, a couple of Facebook groups are there where many expatriates are still desperately trying to get in. I will not share the link out of security concerns for them, but there are plenty of Facebook groups that are popping up where expatriates are really sharing a lot of shocking stuff. Okay, this one was shared by an employee or ground crew at Emirates. So this person kind of made it a parody. We are hiring a candidate, and the candidate should have 15 years experience, won 3 gold medals, participated in First and Second World War, has a PhD in Cambridge, can converse with animals, participated in building of pyramids, has an appreciation letter from Jesus, both legs are left, and scored a FIFA World Cup in 1928. So quite realistic requirements. Next one, this was sent by DP World, an employee there. What he said is, the title is Returning Back to Office 100%, Employees in Abu Dhabi. Good morning, whomsoever. Please note that all the employees who are working in Abu Dhabi must resume work in offices as well. Please note below points for your reference. If the employee can't resume work in the office, she must utilize annual leave balance or the salary will be stopped upon failing to return to the office. If the employee already utilized all the annual leave, we'll look into their cases separately. In other words, you will be terminated. Then somebody else sent me this. I don't know from where the person got this. Male versus female. The number of Arab males are 72%. The number of females are 28%. So males are 6.89 million. Females are 2.65 million. So that is why men are so frustrated. The women are less, so they get desperate. This was shared to me by a gentleman who I know very well. He was going in a UAE metro, and it was totally empty. He even shared a video. This was shared to me by, someone on LinkedIn. He says, I'm extremely disappointed with how some banks are dealing with their customers. How can a bank charge you finance charges and late payment fees at a time of COVID-19? Well, because they need to make money. Even after giving them a check 2 days before the due date, well, they need to make money. My experience with RAK Bank makes me think twice about continuing dealing with them. It has been a great bank for the past years, but recently I was shocked with the way they are dealing with the issues. Then you can see many people commenting there. One of them saying many banks in UAE are treating their customers like they don't care. They deposit their money in the bank or using their bank facility no matter whatever it is. And this person has commented. So you can give me your thoughts there. And last but not the least, somebody shared this. Now, the person shared and the person just vanished. I have no idea. Okay, I know this is the Abu Dhabi ruler, but who is this guy? I don't know. Maybe I don't know who's this guy. So this white guy is Lebanese or is British. So he's with MBZ and then he's with MBS. So this, I don't know, Arab or whatever, this guy is with him. Maybe they're good buddies. I don't know who they are. So anyway, so this was Cheddi Buddy. Okay. Last, if not the least, couple of videos that I thought I'd share with you. Okay. The first one, this one is a person going through Dubai Metro. And as you can see, there is hardly anyone there. It's totally empty. So it looks like, not much business. Okay. Anyway, so why the people are traveling. Okay. Next one. This one is, let me go to the next one. Yes, here it is. Once again, who is this person? So I do know that one of them is the Sheikh. This is MBZ. It looks like MBC. Obviously, it must be MBC. But then, who is this guy at the back? They told me, look at the guy at the back. So I don't know who's this guy. So if you freeze the screen and look, this guy, I don't know who's he. So if anyone knows, let me know. You remember I was telling you about the news. This is shared on TikTok. Okay, it is a conversation. Obviously, due to copyright issues, I'm not going to play the sound, but they are speaking about 10 million people being in UAE and only 5 million being tested in UAE, and there's hardly anyone with the virus. How is that possible that you tested 5 million people? Okay, anyway, the next one. This one is, what is this? Okay. It says here, Zayed Road 311 on Eid. Normally, this is supposed to be jammed packed, bumper to bumper traffic. And here you can see there is hardly nobody on the road. So I guess people are still staying at home and they want to be safe. Okay. Next one. This one was a clip of the ruler of Dubai. Okay. I'll play it as it is. Just listen to it. This is what it says. Okay. Let's listen to it.
I was asked by 60 Minutes. They said, why you want the tallest building? Why you want the best airlines? Why you want Dubai to be number one? Why? And who will tell me what was my answer?
You said why not?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. So, Sheikh Mohammed always likes to be positive. So it's kind of good. I have no complaints about it because a leader has to be positive. Now, this was a video that was shared to me about a robot that is scanning people's face. And if you have a bounce check or anything, it catches you on the spot. So it's pretty disturbing that this actually takes place. And this was actually in a mall. I'm not too sure which mall is this, but it seems now robots can actually, scan people's face and catch them red-handed. So that's kind of not nice. It's kind of a violation of privacy. Then you remember I shared with you these videos of this fire that took place that is happening in Ajman. I just hope all the people are okay because it really looks like a very serious fire if you look at it. These multiple videos are there. And this fire is really big. So I just hope people are safe. Everyone is okay. So these were the updates that I received from people. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you have any information to share. And please, as always, stay safe. Make sure that you take care of yourself. Update your resumes if you are not too sure about your jobs. And I hope you get a job. I hope you stay comfortable with your family. Don't spend money on unnecessary things. And until next time, this is me signing off for now. So you guys take care.
I want a job. So how much salary will you give me?
Stop getting the wrong advice. Want a job in the Middle East? Contact Machedo.